Hello, friends. I hope everybody's doing well and welcome. All right, so today I want to get back on my father's 1956 Gravely L, and I'll explain to you what's going on with that. In the meantime, I'm going to have to pull some stuff out of here. I have to pull the 69 Gravely out, which I put it on the marketplace. You'll be seeing this video in about, well, no sense in telling you. Anyway, I have to take the 73 C8. We'll have to get that out. We'll have to get the 1957 Gravely that we restored. And I still haven't ordered the hood decal for that yet. And we'll have to move some other stuff here. And that's my father's 56 Gravely right there. Okay, so I'll tell you the quick story on it. What happened was the tractor did not come with a governor, and I put a governor on it about 3 years ago. I don't know. I just put it on there, and the tractor had an oil leak, and it was the axle seals, and we replaced the axle seals. And I had the tractor running outside. It wasn't idling. I had it running a little faster than idle. And I had to run it while I was putting the tools away. And all of a sudden it went to full throttle. I guess the governor lost its mind and it went to full throttle. I throttled it down, but I don't think quick enough. And then ever since then it wasn't running right anymore. So from what I remember, I cleaned out the carburetor. I may have put my spare magneto on, and it still ran bad. And then we changed the head gasket on it. If you can see the camera shaking, I'm sorry. I was running a weed whacker for a couple of hours this morning. Yeah, so we put the head gasket on it, from what I remember. That was last year. And it still didn't run right then either. And then we got to doing other projects in the meantime, like the 57 and whatever else we did in the meantime. So I more or less put this on the back burner here. So I'm going to get everything out. I'm getting a cramp in my hand too. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, from here on in, I'll have this camera on the tripod. Alright, so we're going to back everything out. I'll probably have to put some gas in it. We'll start it up and see what it's doing today. This tractor my father bought in 1956, 3 years before I was born. And I took care of the tractor itself. I had it sheltered. But I didn't have the steering sulky sheltered, and I didn't have the real mower sheltered, and they both got trashed. In the meantime, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I bought a steering sulky for it. I think I paid like $150 for it, but the kingpins were seized. I did a lot of work to it. I stripped it down and I painted it cherry red. My intentions with the tractor itself is I want to get it running right, strip it down, sand everything down, and repaint it and get it running right. From what I was remembering, I started running this by myself when I was 8 years old. My mother said, no, when you were 6 years old, you used to sit on the sulky with my father, and I just did the steering. Then, but I do remember when I started running it myself. Then he had the lawn care business, and he put dual wheels on it in 1970, and he just made it. He had the sulky locked on there. He drilled a couple of holes, so the sulky was locked on there without the front attachment. I was pulling gang mowers with it from when I was 10 years old. because he had big estates in Llewellyn Park up north in West Orange. I think it was about a 72-inch cut with the 3 gang mowers that I was pulling with it. Yeah, it's just a little quick history for some of you that just probably joined me on this video, or new subscribers. But I made him put the Bulldog on it in 1970. He passed away in 1972. I was 13 then, but I did hang on to the tractor at least. So, all right, let me get going, because I'll just continue to start babbling here. All right, these are the ag tires my father bought in 1970, where he put the dual wheels on it, so we could pull the gang mowers with no problem. It was good on slopes too and everything. So these tires survived. The original tires from the 1956 when he bought it, they're blown out. So I'm gonna have to get a couple of ag tires for it. I thought of another thing in the meantime. I adjusted the valves on it to make sure there was no problem with that. And when we had the head off, I made sure that the valves were closing all the way, and I poured a little gas around the valves and nothing leaked down. So I'm going to try to start it on camera. Let me turn the gas on first. It didn't have any gas in it, luckily. Alright, so I put the roller rest on the sulky. No matter how much I lower the ball hitch, the tractors were like sagging down too far. So what I did was I put a washer. I'll show you later. I put a washer in there where the roller rests on the ball, and that makes quite a difference there. But let's see what happens here. I got the choke on. I got it about 3/4 throttle here. When you go to take the choke off, once it starts, lower the throttle speed and then take the choke off. Maybe I'll try with no choke. And I'll lower the throttle speed. Well, as you could hear, the spark plug's getting oil fouled. And you saw it smoking too when I started it. So, I don't know if it's the valves or the rings, probably the rings. So this is going to have to come all apart. Alright, so we'll take it for a test drive anyway. Alright, so that's the sulky that we restored. And before I put the wheels on it, I put some grease on the axles, but there's arc fittings in both sides, so we can grease the axles, so I have to do that yet. But there is grease on the axles on it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know. I guess it just couldn't take running that full throttle like that. I don't know if it broke a ring, or I don't know what happened until we get it apart. I cut the grass yesterday with the 61. I didn't film it though. I took the governor off, since we did the repairs on it, I took it off. Alright, that's unfortunate. I'm going to pull the spark plug out and see what it looks like. We'll let it cool down a little bit. And then I'll start it up tomorrow morning and see how it smokes. But it definitely smoked. I didn't catch it right away. I want to see if it smoked right from the start, and then the smoke went away. But you can hear that it's popping, like the spark plug is getting fouled with oil. So take a look at the spark plug. Nothing else, everything else is alright with it. The carburetor's fine. Points are fine. Well, that's fine. Since it smokes, that gives us an indication that it has an engine problem. So this will have to get taken apart. Do what we have to do to it. Put it together before we restore it and see where we stand. We did put a brand new spark plug in last time. Doesn't look that bad really looking at it. I have to pull the head off. I think we'll begin by pulling the head off it. I don't know how well I looked at the piston and the walls in there. I did change the engine on this tractor about 25 years ago, and I bought a tractor. It was a Model Li, and the guy said that the engine was rebuilt. The engine did run good. The only problem was as soon as the governor had a problem, excuse me, and then it went to full throttle, and that's when the problem started. So we did change the spark plug. It's a brand new one. And, well, you could tell by the way it was smoking when we first started it up that something's going on with it. So, alright, so I'll get back to you. We'll pull the head off and see what it looks like in there. I'm going to have to buy a good caliper tool. Because if you remember when we did the engine on the 69 here, I bought a caliper tool from Harbor Freight. It didn't give you the last 2 digits, but we got lucky. I just threw standard rings on it and it was fine. I could have got 5 thousandths over and filed the rings down, but we didn't want to be bothered with that. I wanted to get this done quick, which we did, and it runs good, as some of you saw on previous videos here. So I don't remember when we had the head off. I have to look back on my videos. I don't know if this has a standard piston in it, or I don't know anything about that right now. So I'll get back to you as soon as we go to pull the head off. So 20 years ago when I put this engine on, or it could be 25 years by now, I did use the tractor a lot. I was using it for emergency calls, you know, for violations with real high grass, and I had a brush cutter, the brush hog on it, and I was mowing down grass with it, so I did use it quite a bit. And I also used it as a backup tractor from what I had, the original 1961 Gravely that I sold when I first started making videos on it. At any rate, I don't think I'm going to do anything more to this right now. I have to make more room right now, so I don't think we're going to do anything until the 69 Li is sold. Or I'll see what happens. I know I'm going to have to buy another caliper tool. I saw a different one up at Harbor Freight. The one that I bought, that I said that it was, it didn't have the last 2 digits on the measurement. They did have a $40 one there. I don't know how good that one is. I don't know anybody that has one either. But I think I'll just make this video an update on this, and we know what's going on with it. So we did everything we could before. I didn't notice the smoking in the older videos. I'm going to take a look and see if it was smoking when we first started it up. So, but I know the engine has to come apart on it. So, and that's it. Sorry, that's all there is today, but thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next one, and take care. So that 61 Gravely I was talking about before, I bought that one in 1985, but then I bought this 1967 L8 because it's an 8-speed. And the other one was an L. Those are 2-speed. Well, it's actually a 4-speed because they count reverse. And I was using that tractor, my father's tractor there, as a backup with the snowplow on it also. And then, like I said, I didn't need that other 61 anymore, so I sold that and replaced it with this. And I also got the 69 at the same time. They were both really in horrible shape, rust buckets. But I fixed this one up first here. And I got the snow cannon back there that never got used, because we didn't have any accounts anymore for using the snow cannon. We were just using the snowplow to do parking lots and stuff. All right, so I guess that's enough chit chat and babbling and going on. Thanks for watching again. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.